The views and opinions expressed in the DILLIGAF podcast are those of the host alone and are not intended to express those of any other person, business, or entity. The DILLIGAF podcast is for entertainment only. These are my opinions and should not be interpreted as facts or advice. Think for yourself.
Keeps you up at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. You got me like, oh, yeah. I think that we've all had enough.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the DILLIGAF podcast, talking about anything and everything that interests me. If it makes me think, laugh, cry, scream, rage, or say what the fuck, you'll hear about it. My name's Tom. I'm your host. I want to thank everybody for checking out the show, whether you're watching on YouTube, listening on Spotify, or even watching on TikTok. Appreciate everybody's interaction with the show. Make sure you follow, like, subscribe, share, rate, comment, leave a review, all that kind of stuff really does help with the show. And make sure you're following on social media on all social platforms. It's at DILLIGAF_pod. And you can find all that and more on my Linktree, which is Linktree/DILLIGAF_pod, or you can scan the QR code right there in the corner of your screen. And if you ever want to shoot me an email, it's DILLIGAFpod@gmail.com. So changing things up a little bit this week. I'm actually 2 weeks in a row. I'm doing all right so far. But when I say I'm changing things up a little bit, I have no plan for this show, and I'm dropping it on a Friday instead of a Saturday. I'm gonna call it Freestyle Friday. I'm just gonna kind of shoot from the hip and see what comes out, and we'll go from there. First thing I want to mention, though, is the response that I got on the show that I dropped about religion a couple months ago. And that was the last one I dropped before I took a little bit of time off. But had the most views out of any show that I've done up to this point on YouTube. It got 200 views, which for me that's pretty damn good, I think, for me. And actually got some pretty good engagement. Got a few comments on it, which I'm gonna address a couple of those here in a few minutes. But again, thank you so much to everybody who's been checking out the show. Hope you guys are enjoying it. Like I said, leave me comments, give me ratings, write a review if you feel like it. Interact with me, get on my socials, send me DMs or post on my stuff. Whatever you're feeling. So yeah, let me get into a couple of these comments here on the YouTube video for the religion show a couple of months ago. First one was from Marcia Scott 3498. And she says, common sense, never ever follow anything blindly. Continue research constantly, checking to make sure what's in our hearts because our individual inner spirit will alert us. Spirituality, not any organized denomination. No one can get me closer to my higher power. I don't need to go to any monk, priest, deacon, etc. to bring me closer to the true God, creator of all. Religions have murdered more people than wars. Thank you. We as humans aren't meant to know all. Thank you. All right. Well, Marcia, thank you for the comment. I'll say I agree with most of what you said. You don't need a monk or a priest or a pastor or a deacon or whatever they call themselves to get closer to, if there is such a thing as a creator. They're no closer to it than anybody else. So I 100% agree with that part. Next up is Joel Dobbs 7396. Says, I'm no fan of religion and I have inoculated my son against ever seriously believing. I wouldn't ban it if I could because that would only make it worse. I agree with that. I know I said in the show I think religion should be outlawed, but I also said I know it's never going to happen because it would make things worse. If you just one day outlawed religion, all the religious nuts would come out of the woodwork and it would be ugly. He also goes on to say, I do encourage people to leave if I have the chance. The patch on my backpack reads, I love apostates and freedom from religion is a human right. Children should not be indoctrinated. I agree with that also. Children should not be exposed to religion. There should be like a minimum age for people to be allowed into churches or anything like that. You know, like little kids should not be exposed to religion. That's again my feeling, my opinion. It's my show. Now Joel also went on to say that said, calling all religion cults is counterproductive. I respectfully disagree. I'll never back off of that stance that all religions are cults. That that's just my feeling. Um, he says cults have a set of attributes that are not found or found to a much lesser degree in mainstream religions. Kind of disagree with that too. Religions and what we refer to as cults have a whole lot in common. Things like strictly controlling the flow of information. That's every religion on the planet. They control the information. They control what what they want you to know as far as that religion goes. So that absolutely is every religion. Using sleep deprivation to break down mental barriers and severe penalties for leaving. The sleep deprivation thing, that's not even every like what we would refer to as cults, though. That I mean, some of them have used that, yes, to weaken people mentally and things like that. But severe penalties for leaving. Talk to somebody who's left the Mormon Church. Talk to somebody who has left the Amish. I mean, the people who just get ostracized and shunned by their families because they choose to walk a different path spiritually. So, again, cult-like behavior. Cults usually demand adherence and sever ties with non-believers. Again, talk to an ex-Mormon. Talk to an ex-Amish. It's one of those how many stones make a pile things. I'm not sure, but I know it when I see it. Fair enough. I mean, again, Joel, I completely respect your opinion. Like I said, I disagree with a couple of your points, but I appreciate the interaction nonetheless. Let's see, what else do we have here? I am not sure how to say this name, so I'm gonna spell it out. EEAYQUETTING 5963 just says agreed. Thank you. On this is my favorite one from Neil Shoke, NEELSHOEK 1229. Read your Bible. Stop complaining about other people. Suck my balls, Neil. And but my response to his comment was, I prefer nonfiction, which is true. And then also had another comment on Neil's comment. Tom Davis 9236 told Neil, "How about stop barking orders and stop telling others what to do on their channel?" Thank you, appreciate that. But yeah, and I complaining about other people? No, I was just pointing out how ridiculous and scary and dangerous religion can be. That's it. Not well, maybe I was complaining a little bit, but hey, it's my show. I'm allowed. So again, Neil, suck my balls. But anyway, so those are some of the comments I got on my show on religion. I honestly, that is my favorite show that I've done. I actually enjoy talking about religion with people when it can actually be a conversation without any kind of judgment or condescending bullshit or them trying to shove their beliefs down my throat. If it can just be a back and forth discussion, even if we don't agree, even if we get a little bit hot, and it doesn't even have to turn into an argument at that point, though. It's just they have their beliefs, I have mine. But it's good to discuss and share and try to get the other person's point of view and why they feel the way they do and why they feel so strongly about the way they do. And honestly, it's not easy to find somebody that can have that kind of discussion without taking it personally or getting offended or whatever. But I really enjoy talking about religion just because, as I said in the show, I find it utterly fascinating. So, but yeah, so thank you for all of the views on that one. Thank you for the comments, the interaction. Keep it coming. Keep it all coming. I welcome it. I was so surprised when I saw the comments on there because normally I don't get any. But apparently, this particular show evoked a reaction, so that is just awesome, and I love it. So I want more. Bring it, keep it coming. So, like I said, this is Freestyle Friday. I'm just kind of shooting from the hip, and yeah, some crazy shit going on in the world these days, especially here in the good old U.S. of A. We had our new president take office about a month ago, not even a month ago, and Jesus Christ. Whew. Yeah, we're on the brink of another civil war, folks. I mean, at this point, it, I'm not going to get into details about everything. I'm not going to dissect every executive order that's been signed because that would take forever because there's been a lot. But at this point, it is they're trying to stage a coup. The Orange Menace and Mr. X are trying to stage a coup, and it's honestly kind of frightening. But I think everybody knew that was going to happen. So I don't know. That's all I'm going to say about that. I really hate talking about politics. As much as I love talking about religion, I hate talking about politics. Because honestly, it's depressing. It's depressing as hell. But yeah, I don't know. These next 4 years are going to be interesting. That's all I can really say. But yeah, so let's talk about some of the other interesting stuff going on here. One of my all-time favorite bands, Oasis, announced that they're getting back together. They're doing a world tour, and this is old news by now. This was a few months ago they announced this, but I honestly can't wait till August because they are coming to Chicago, and I have tickets, and it's going to be awesome. I've never seen Oasis live. It's definitely a bucket list thing for me, and it's just yeah, it's gonna be fucking awesome. It's at Soldier Field here in Chicago, which is if you're not familiar with it, a giant football stadium where the Chicago Bears play, holds like 70,000 people or something like that. And yeah, we got seats up in the nosebleed section, but I don't care. It's Oasis, it's live, and I'm gonna be there. And yeah, I'm probably looking forward to that more than anything else this year, unless something else major comes up. That is probably going to be the highlight of at least my summer. So I can't wait for that one. But yeah, I really don't know what the hell else to talk about. Like I said, I wanted to respond to those comments because yeah, I just thought it was really cool. I went and checked the YouTube channel and had some comments there on the religion show. Um, yeah, I got uh all positive reactions to it. All the reactions I got were all thumbs up. Didn't get any thumbs down, which is nice. And I've actually got 17 subscribers on my YouTube channel now. So thank you again. And you know, obviously that's not a huge number, but hey, for me, I'm grateful for every last one of them. I mean, I'm a one-man show here. I do everything myself from the designs of the stuff you see behind me to the recording, editing, the open and close of the show I put together myself. Like I said, I'm a one-man show. So I appreciate any kind of support that I can get and any kind of feedback I can get. Like I said, guys, drop me some comments, drop me some emails, hell, DM me on my socials, whatever. I absolutely loved hearing from a few people about the show, and it was mostly all positive stuff. So I greatly appreciate that. But yeah, I suppose I don't have a whole hell of a lot more to talk about. I'm not one to talk about like current events in the world. It's not that I don't care, it's not that I don't pay attention. It's just there's so much stuff that's just so divisive and just so ugly out there. Like I said, the shit that's going on here in the US right now is frightening. And plus, if I talk too much about it, I'll end up getting banned or censored or God knows what else, have the FBI knocking at my door or something. The way that things are, the way the direction things are headed, it wouldn't surprise me. So I try to stay away from that kind of stuff, but yeah. Oh, talking about Oasis. Here's something. This was extremely entertaining to me. Got into a little bit of a back and forth on my personal Facebook account not too long ago. It wasn't on the show's Facebook account. It was my personal one. But like I said, I'm a huge fan of Oasis. I'm in an Oasis fan group on Facebook, and they had put up a post about Liam Gallagher, I guess having some kind of back and forth. I think it was on Twitter with Dua Lipa, and him basically, it was basically her saying that the Gallagher brothers were pretty basically assholes, and him saying she's jealous and that kind of thing. Just a little, like I said, a little back and forth. It wasn't anything significant. It was petty shit. But I I commented on it because I, honest to God, had no idea at the time. So I commented, I'm like, what the fuck is a Dua Lipa? I had no idea. Never heard of her before then. But in fairness to myself, I don't keep up with trends. I don't follow like influencers. I don't keep up with current like popular music and that kind of stuff. So I'd never heard of her. And this guy, apparently, he must have been a big fan of hers or something, got so bent out of shape. It was it was ridiculous. You know what? Actually, I'll pull it up right now so I can read some of the comments to you guys because it was just plain stupid, honestly. It was just me making a stupid offhanded comment about something, and my God. Um, oh, here we go. Okay. Apparently Dua Lipa said that they were obnoxious is the word that she used, and Liam replied, "She's just jealous." And of course, her fans had to chime in. Oh, she's not. She's one of the biggest pop stars on the planet. She's not jealous of you. Blah blah blah. And basically, Liam clarified himself and said, "She's jealous. We can swear and tell people to piss off, and she can't." So, but let me see. Let me get to the comments here if I can. The comments are gone. What the hell? All of the comments on this post are gone. Oh, wait, here we go. Interesting. So yeah, I had a couple people respond to my comment with little GIFs or whatever. And yeah, this guy, I'm not gonna mention him by name because he's not worth the attention. But so she was one of Time Magazine's 100 most influential people in the world last year. It's okay to be out of touch with current events, but it's a bizarre thing to brag about. And I literally responded, I'm like, who's bragging? It's a legit question. I've never heard of her, which I had not. Up to that point, I had not heard of her. And that's not a slight against her. That's, like I said, I don't keep up with current trends or influencers or popular music or anything like that. I mean, give you another example. I never heard of Bad Bunny until he got involved with WWE. Never heard of him before that, and I know he had won Grammys and all this other stuff. It's just not something that I keep up with. So, and then he snaps back at me, "Oh, what the fuck is a Dua Lipa?" Was a legitimate question. Gotcha. I hate to tell you, most everyone is smarter than you, so your idiotic attempt to pretend you're actually being inquisitive just looks pathetic. All I could do was laugh at that one. Most everyone's smarter than me, guys. Gee, I'm heartbroken over that fact. And then he goes on my page and takes one of my pictures from Halloween, like 2 years ago. I had like a vampire costume, whatever, and just posts it. Doesn't say anything. Just posts a picture of me, which is kind of creepy, honestly. And then he makes another comment. This behavior is why you sleep alone every night and always will. Hate to tell you, I sleep alone every night because I snore like a fucking chainsaw. That's why I sleep alone every night. And then I just had to come back with, damn, someone's pressed that their little internet fantasy girl isn't as famous as he wants her to be. And then I said, yeah, I can do that too, little guy. And I posted one of his pictures where he's wearing big, goofy ass heart glasses with a picture of Liam Gallagher in them. But yeah, I don't know. It's just I don't get people sometimes. Like I'm sorry, I never heard of Dua Lipa before she was mentioned in an Oasis post. But and that's not the first time I've dealt with somebody like that. I mean, internet trolls are rampant, but then sometimes fans on the internet, whether it's a fan of a musician or whatever, sometimes fans are even worse than trolls because they get so offended if you diss their idol. And I don't get that. Like, why are you getting offended at me saying something about a person that neither one of us has ever met, spoken to, and probably never will? And I didn't even say anything derogatory. Okay, the way I worded it probably could have been better. I said WTF is a Dua Lipa. I could have just said, who is she? I've never heard of her. But, whatever. But but I swear I saw a lot of that in the online wrestling community when I was doing my wrestling podcast a few years ago. People get so offended if you don't like their favorite. And I don't understand why. Everybody's got an opinion. Everybody's got their favorites, whether it's music, movies, sports, whatever. Everybody's got their favorites. Everybody's got their ones that they hate. And I hate to be the one to break the news, but there's going to be people that have never heard of the person that you idolize. It's just the way it is. Whether that person doesn't follow that sport, doesn't follow that particular type of music, whatever it might be. There's always going to be somebody that's never heard of your favorites. It's not a reason to lose your mind. But like I said, I dealt with so many trolls when it came to wrestling, it was unreal. I think I talked about that before. I actually used to do a segment called the Troll of the Week until that just became way too much negativity. But yeah, internet trolls are just yeah, unfortunately they're everywhere. They're just kind of like a virus. They just show up and grow and spread and never go away. But yeah, I guess I've rambled on long enough. I mean, like I said, I wanted to put something out this week. I didn't have a specific topic, so I figured I'll just do this. Just kind of get on here and bullshit for a little while. Call it Freestyle Friday. talk about whatever pops up. And like I said, I really wanted to mention the comments and just to let the people who left them know I appreciate it. Yes, I see them. Yes, I read them, and I think it's awesome. I love it. I love that I got some interaction, especially on that particular show, because like I said, the religion show is probably my favorite one that I've done so far. But yeah, I'll probably do a show like this every now and then when I don't have a specific topic to talk about. Like I said, I'm gonna call it Freestyle Friday and get on here, just talk about whatever comes to mind, and yeah, just kind of have some fun with it. Yeah, I like getting on here and just speaking my mind and just talking to you guys. I enjoy it. I enjoy the whole process of podcasting when I can speak right. So, but yeah, so again, thank you to everybody for checking out the show. Everybody who's checked it out so far. Hope you're enjoying it. I I appreciate any and all support that I get, whether it's views or comments or anything like that. So thank you guys so much for watching or listening wherever you see the show at. Again, make sure you follow, like, subscribe, rate, share, comment, write a review if you feel like it. All that stuff really does help to elevate the show, and I do want to grow this show. That's why I want to get more consistent with putting them out every week. So that's why you're getting a Freestyle Friday this week, because I didn't have a specific topic, but I will next week. I've got one in the works already. So make sure you come back and check that one out. But make sure you're following on social media. It's at DILLIGAF_pod on all social media platforms. And you can scan the QR code right here in the corner of the screen to get all the socials and all the podcast platforms and all that kind of fun stuff. And you can always shoot me an email at dillygafpod@gmail.com. So with that, I am going to say goodbye for this week. And remember, if anyone has any issues with anything that I have said here today, ask yourself one question. Do I look like I give a fuck?
'Cause we want retribution. Oh yeah, we